It starts with the sound, or the lack of it. Like the world outside suddenly decided to hold its breath. All the little night noises, the house settling, the distant traffic, even the hum of the fridge downstairs, they just stop, vanish. And in their place are this pressure, not noise, not silence, but a thick, heavy weight pressing down on the air on my eardrums. It's the first warning. My eyes snap open, but I already know. Before I even try to move, I know. It's here, again. My body, it's turned to stone. No, worse. Stone is solid. This is like being filled with wet concrete, heavy, dense, impossibly resistant. My mind is screaming, move, roll over, sit up. But the signals die somewhere in my neck. Nothing, not a twitch. My fingers feel miles away, useless lumps fused to the mattress. My toes are anchors chaining me to this spot. My breath hitches. I can breathe. Shallow, panicked little sips of air, but it feels rationed. Like something is deciding how much I get. And every inhale scrapes against a throat that feels tight, constricted. I try to call out for help, for anyone, but all that escapes is this pathetic little puff of air. A voiceless gasp swallowed by the heavy stillness. That's when the real fear kicks in. Not just the panic of being trapped, but the other fear. The knowledge that I'm not alone in this stillness. My eyes strain against the dark, scanning the familiar shapes of my room, the wardrobe, the bookshelf, the chair piled with clothes. But the moonlight, it plays tricks. Or maybe it isn't the moonlight there. In the corner, where the shadows are thickest, it's darker. A patch of night that doesn't belong. It doesn't have edges, not really, but it has presence. A focused point of absolute cold in the room. I can feel it looking at me. Don't ask me how. Ask me. No eyes, no face, just this terrible attention. Did you hear that? A sound, faint, like fingernails on old wood, dry, brittle. It's coming from it. Is it moving? Oh God, I think it's moving. Slowly detaching itself from the corner, gliding. No, seeping across the floor towards the bed, not walking. Something worse, unnatural. The pressure on my chest intensifies. It's not just the air now, it's a physical weight, like someone's laid a gravestone slab right across my sternum. Each shallow breath is a monumental effort. My heart is hammering, a frantic drum against the underside of that weight, so loud I can hear the blood pulsing in my ears, drowning out the scratching. It's at the foot of the bed. I can't see it clearly, just this towering column of deeper darkness, taller than it should be, touching the ceiling. It's just standing there, watching, waiting. What does it want? I try again, pooling every scrap of will, every neuron screaming, move, scream, wake up. But my body is a corpse animated only by terror. I feel cold, a penetrating cold radiating from it, sinking into my skin, right down to the bone, and a smell. Faint, barely there, dust, old paper, and something else. Something vaguely metallic, like old blood. It's touching me. Not hands, just weight. Immense pressure pinning my legs down, crushing. I can feel the mattress depressing beneath it. It's real. This isn't just my mind, it's real, it's here. And I'm completely, utterly helpless. Pinned like an insect. Waiting for the inevitable, waiting for it to lean closer. Waiting to see what empty darkness lies beneath the idea of a face. How long? How long can this last? Please, somebody wake me up, please. Just let me move. Gone, it's gone, I can move. Oh God, I can move. Just paralysis. Just a dream, a hallucination, that's what they say. Your brain wakes up, but your body doesn't. It conjures fears. But the cold, the pressure, it felt so real. But every time, it feels more real. And the silence now. It doesn't feel empty, it feels watchful. Like it's just waiting. Right outside the edge of sleep, waiting to come back. It starts the way it always does. That slow drift from sleep, but not into waking. It's sideways into that place. The heavy place. My eyes flutter open, but it's like they're seeing through thick, murky water. The room is dark, shapes are familiar but indistinct. And then the weight settles, crushing. On my chest, my limbs, concrete pajamas. I try to shift, to lift a finger, even just to twitch my toes. Nothing. My muscles scream silently, locked in place. My breath catches, shallow and fast. Panic starts its icy crawl up my spine. Standard procedure for this personal hell. You just have to ride it out, tell yourself it's not real, even when every instinct shrieks otherwise. But tonight was different. Through the gloom, a figure solidified near the end of my bed. Not the usual shadow demon or faceless hag my brain likes to conjure. No, this was familiar. It was him, my best friend, standing there, bathed in that weird pre-dawn light filtering through the curtains. He looked okay at first. Same way he always looked. Same slightly lopsided grin he always had when he was about to tell a stupid joke. Relief washed over me, so potent it almost broke the paralysis. Almost. I tried to call out, to say something, anything, but only a strangled puff of air escaped my lips. My throat was clamped shut. He just stood there, grinning that grin. But the longer I looked, the more the grin seemed wrong. Stretched, too wide, pulling the skin taut around his mouth in a way that wasn't natural. His eyes, usually warm and familiar, seemed to deepen, becoming dark. Empty pools reflecting the room's shadows. What was he doing here? My mind screamed the question, but silence was my only answer. He took a step closer. The floorboards didn't creak. He didn't seem to walk so much as glide. The air around him grew cold, biting through my thin blanket. The grin widened further, splitting his face into a horrifying rictus. His skin began to pale, taking on a translucent grayish hue. The edges of his form started to blur like smoke in a still room. He wasn't my friend anymore, not the one I knew. He raised a hand, reaching towards me. It wasn't solid. I could see the pattern of the wallpaper through his fingers. They dripped darkness, leaving shimmering trails in the air that vanished an instant later. The sound started then. Not a voice, but a low hum like static, growing louder, filling my ears, vibrating deep in my bones. Terror, pure and absolute, consumed me. This wasn't just sleep paralysis. This was wrong. This was invasive. I thrashed internally, a caged animal desperate to break free, to scream, to look away from the terrifying caricature my friend had become. His icy, translucent fingers brushed my foot. The cold wasn't just physical, it seeped into my soul, a chilling finality. The static shrieked, his lipless mouth opened impossibly wide, and just as I felt my mind starting to fracture, I sat bolt upright, gasping, drenched in sweat. The weight was gone, I could move. My hands flew to my chest, feeling my heart hammer against my ribs. The room was empty, silent, except for my own ragged breathing. Sunlight was just beginning to peek through the edges of the curtains. Just a nightmare. The worst episode of sleep paralysis I'd ever had, but still, just my brain playing tricks. Relief made me weak. I fumbled for my phone on the nightstand, needing a distraction, needing to connect with the real world. And that's when I saw it. A missed call notification and a text message from his sister sent about an hour ago. My blood ran cold all over again, a dread far deeper than the paralysis clawing its way up from my stomach. My thumb trembled as I opened the message. It read, "Call me ASAP, there's been an accident, it's about him, he didn't make it." He didn't make it. The static hum echoed in my ears. The memory of that too wide grin, the translucent hand, the soul-deep cold. It wasn't a dream. It wasn't just paralysis. That thing standing at the foot of my bed. Had I seen my friend? Or had I seen his ghost, moments after he died? The line between nightmare and reality had just vanished, and I was left wondering, what exactly did I witness in the dark?